It's really funny, but also sad that whether or not Bradamante got this buff, she eventually would have been able to Black Girl loop anyway, but at least now she can do it by herself. Bradamante is definitely a unit I gave a whole lot of shit for. A lot of it was justified. Like, she needed this buff so much. And then Chloe comes out and makes it so it's even better. If you are at all struggling with any kind of quick looping, most of the time Chloe's going to solve your issues. But now Bradamante actually got the buff she needed. And she's not better than Britomart. Like, even with these buffs, I still think Britomart is better. She's going to loop just easier. And her, like, damage output is just better. Like, except here, but like the only thing Britomart has is Oberon damage. Other than that, like, it's nearly identical, but Britomart has a 6 set MP. Bradamante has, I believe, 5. Yeah, so by default, Britomart's gonna look better. Let's get started though. Base attack, really low. Like, part of the reason why like Britomart feels better to use than Bradamante has to do with the base attack. Like, this is the same as Archer, like John Archer. Like, both of them are literally held back by the fact that their base attack is almost 1,000 below like average. So you foing them brings them in line with other 5 stars. That's why the damage just doesn't resonate well. You're not hitting overkill quick enough. If you want to improve performance, probably give her Grails. At level 100, she looks like a normal 5-star, so that's an option. I just don't think Bradamante is the one you want to be giving your Grails to on this. If you really like her and you're about her farming life because of what her Noble Phantasm looks like, more props to you. You get to see that all the time, not just as a meme. You get to see that when she farms all the time. HP, very, very high. Like, this is some of the highest in the game. Like, if you're above 15,000, you are sitting at the like upper echelon of HP in the game. She's not touching Jinako. She's not touching Jinako, who is like 18k base HP. But it's still extremely high. She's supposed to be very tanky. And her kit shows it. Star weight Zargen. These are normal Lancer numbers. MP charge 0.7%. It really sucks that she has these arts cards for it. Like, the quick cards I think are fine. It's the arts cards that are like, why are they only 2 hit? Like I'm fine with the game. Like, this percentage, amazing for a quick servant. Like, if you're above 0.6 or 0.7 as a quick servant, your refund is in a good base state. Like, I look at Achilles and he is so screwed. Like, Suzuka too, but to a lesser extent, because like she hits overkill quicker a lot of the time. But like points, like they always have like refund problems against casters. Or not casters, maybe just neutral, but like they always have refund problems because they're designed to be looping against casters. Their MP gain, their base MP gain is lower because they're supposed to be fighting casters. Archers have a neutral MP charge modifier, so you don't get that. That's why her gain is a little higher. The best thing about her hits is her quick card and her 5-hit extra, which honestly is not going to be looking that bad. 0.7 and Lancer Star Gen. It's better than... Oh my god, I just talked about a servant. Like... It's not Melisson. It's not Melisson. It's like some... I just talked about some unit that had like really good hits, just like piss poor gains and base stats. Alright. First skill. 30% arts, 30% quick. basic, and it's on a 5 turn, so lower cooldowns than some other units I see that have 30% and are on 6 turn. Usually those have dodges tied to it, but all good. If you're able to reduce cooldown, you might double stack this. That very much depends on what team you're running, so aka not likely to happen. You might have good uptime on skills with cooldown reduction, but you're not gonna have like double stack like Buster. Second skill. Honestly, this is the one I thought they were gonna buff, but looking back on it, like especially what they did 8th anniversary, like how many batteries they gave or fixed, it makes a lot of sense. He's supposed to be tanky, very tanky. Why would you buff this skill when it does its job? 3k revive on a guts, that's 1 time 3 turns, and you have 30% defense. Like, this is definitely a solid skill. Like, this really, if they buff it, sure, but it doesn't need a buff. There's nothing egregious about it, just it's a little bit boring, but 30% defense, that ain't nothing. Third skill. This is where she had the problem. So, most modern quick servants are balanced around mana loading. If they have a 30% battery, you need to go for mana loading. Otherwise, you're stuck using CEs that give you less damage. If you start with a 50% and you have mana loading and the battery, congratulations, you don't have to use Scotty batteries turn 1. And considering they don't really do much right now, there's no problem with that. Unless they buff Scotty's battery and lets her give MP gain targeted. Come on, Lasagna. Power creep Nero. Do it. Remove the attack. Or... oh, shit. Okay, don't power creep Nero, but like swap the values. So give 30% gain to the one ally you target. That way, Nero still gives more gain. But Scotty gives a bigger battery. Anyway. So targeted battery cleanses their debuffs. Skill's not egregious, but this is a welfare skill. 20% battery and cleanses on a 5 turn is for welfare servants. If you look at 90% of welfare servants that have targetable batteries, most of them are 20s. Almost all of them are 20s. Whether it's for targeted or even for themselves. Hokusai, yeah, like Hokusai Saber is like the first one to come in. Jolter, I'm pretty sure Jolter's Buster buff is also a battery, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is not a 5-star skill. This is a welfare that is intended to be MP5. The buff helped a lot. It made it 30. Nice. You can start with Black Rail now. Kept the cleanse. Power mod. Awesome. More damage. And then MP gen. The literal thing that out of like the trifecta she was missing. Quick up. MP gain. 30 battery. And then you get mana loading. Congratulations. You are now a modern quick looper, Bradamante. Passive skills, magic resist. That's it. If you don't get mana loading, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot. Sorry, not sorry. You are actually shooting yourself in the foot. Get this and you can use Black Rail. If you don't get this, I hope you like Trace. I hope you like 50% in Super Scope. MP. 5-hit AoE. 60% chance to stun. Crit attack chance down by 20% for 3 turns. And MP damage. 1 turn. This is why she scales okay with Oberon, because she actually has like decent scaling on this. And if you can get overcharge, just remember Oberon doubles everything turn 3. So like this is 60% MP damage. Like literally like every stage of overcharge is 20% more damage. So yeah, she has a pretty decent ceiling. Not terrible. Bonsi, MP gen while she's on the field, MP damage while she's on the field. Again, like this is solid. If this was ever a passive, holy shit. She'd be much better at farming. And let us go to the damage chart. See where she's sitting over Bradamante. I mean, Britomart. So like I said, her base damage is higher. But Britomart kind of has like a little advantage, like in multi-core when she's not just fighting archers. Because like Britomart, there are some archers that have the riding passive, but what you're more likely to see is like a node that has archers and riders. That is where Britomart will see full value, is in a mixed node. She will basically do super effective damage. Like she will do basically as if they were an archer. That's how much damage she's going to be hitting if they're both riders and have the riding trait, which most riders should have the riding trait. I know Mordred doesn't as a rider, but a lot of them should have this combo, which far exceeds what Bradamante is doing. You have reasons to pick both. Britomart is gonna loop better and just like feel better in general. Britomart has a more offensive kit. Bradamante has a more defensive kit. That really is this disparity. And because she's more defensive, you can use her technically in more places. Like you more likely bring Britomart to farming, and you'd rather bring Bradamante to like a challenge quest. Should you summon for Bradamante? No. If you get spooked, it's not the worst thing now, but do not summon for her actively. Her butt cheeks are not worth that much. Sorry, not sorry. All right. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.